Hey guys, Vick here. I'm back with another review. Today we are looking at the blade from Moyuan or Moyuan, I'm not sure. Links in the description though to their website and stuff. It's a mod that can be used as a cage mod like this or as a pipe like this. Okay, so comes in a box like this, like this. And like this and like this, and I'll show you that up close. But what is it? Okay, so it is an 18490 mechanical mod. In some places they said it's an 18500 mod, but it's not. 18500 batteries don't fit, and I'll show you that up close. It fits perfectly with 18490 batteries. It's an 18490 mech mod that is cage in style. It comes with this clearomizer. It's sort of a 18-19mm ish tank, so you know they're the only things that will fit inside here, and you thread it through there. There's 510 here, and it's on this axis here, so it can be used as a pipe or as a cage mod. It's got protection features but performs like a mech, so it is just putting out the voltage from the battery directly, but it's got the ability to lock it with 5 clicks. It's got reverse battery protection and things like that. So I think we should just go down low. I'll show it you up close, I'll show you all about it, and then we'll come back up top and I'll tell you the pros and cons of this mod. See you in a sec. Okay guys, here we are up close with the blade. This is the box that it comes in. This is the company that I can't really pronounce too good. Moyuan. I don't know, I'm really sorry about that. I just struggle with some of these names. And once you take the out of the case, you can just see it says blade. And in the box you get a user manual. And you get a charger. I haven't used this charger. I don't recommend using these sort of chargers, to be honest. Get a good one. It's worth getting a good one. You get a spare coil head there. See if we can get that out. This is what the coil heads look like. If anyone recognizes like this coil, like as a certain size that other coils might fit from other manufacturers, please let me know in the comments. That would be amazing. But I haven't seen any coil heads that sort of shape before. The clearomizer. So this is the clearomizer. Semi-standard affair. It's got one really cool feature. I mean, you unscrew the bottom here, don't you? Yes, you do. You unscrew the bottom here to fill it up. You fill it up down the gap there that you're seeing now, and that's fairly straightforward and fairly standard. Okay, so this is the unique bit. You've got your removable drip tip, that's standard, that's fine, but here is your airflow coming in from the top. Now if you go left with it, it closes off, and you can see this sort of like there's no gap there, and there's no airflow there. If you turn it to the right, that it slowly gets bigger and bigger, this hole, and that's it fully open there. And it is quite open there when you've got it fully open like that. I've been sort of halfway with it typically, but glass tank, I think it's about 18.5mm wide, 19mm, something like that. But I don't have any other mini tanks anymore. I went off the mini tank thing. So let's get rid of this and this. This is your mod, the blade. And obviously its main feature is the ability to do this. It uses magnets here to stick it on, and it does stay on. It's well connected when it's in cage mode. So starting at the top, you got the light here. That's just when you fire it, but if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, see it flash because it's now locked, you can't use it now. Click some more times and it is back on. It's sort of like a chromey finish, I think. You can see the 510 down here. It's a little bit spring-loaded. The tank that comes with it is the only tank I've been able to use with it, and that sits down perfectly flush, no problems at all. It's got this little engraving thing on here. I've noticed that it's sort of very similar no matter which way around you have it. I don't know if that's the design or what they're saying about that. But that is that. The only hole I can see for venting is just this little one here. So, but it is a small battery, so it's not going to vent like a bomb. So, if we get this screwdriver, and we just undo it. You can actually almost do it with your finger, really, but anyway. And it's a magnet underneath there. 2 magnets there, and you basically just do the screw to do a battery rattle. Now, see if I can get this battery out. Getting the battery out is good fun, guys. It is really good fun. You've just got to give it like a big shake, because it's absolutely flush in there. Look at that. No sort of wriggle room. That being said, here's the battery situation. In some places they're saying this is an 18500, but what fits is these 18490. Here's an 18500, and here's an 18490, and you'll notice there's that little length difference there. And that little length difference is all it takes. If I put the 500 in and try to put on this, it won't let me. It just simply won't let me. So 18490 is the size that goes in, so pop it in. Slide this on and screw it back up, and you're good to go. Clear miser goes in the hole. Screws down fine, no problems there at all. And the one thing, as I talked about up top, it's just a tiny bit of rattle here between the clear miser and the cage. I don't think it'd annoy you too much in general use. But that is the blade, pipe, cage mod, pipe, cage mod. Is what it is, guys. There you go. Okay, so that was the blade up close. I tend to be using it more in this cage mode, but I'm not sure why. I should probably start piping it up. Okay, so I should probably talk about the vapes first, and then we'll get into all kinds of stuff. I should probably say as well that it is roughly $25. Check out the links in the description if you're interested. So it vapes like this. Not massive clouds, but using an 18490 battery in mech mode. So not massive clouds, but you know, enough vapor production to be happy if you're a typical vapor. Flavour in the tank is okay. For the first little while, there was almost a sort of metallic-y taste, a little machiney taste to it. I couldn't detect any machine oil on the thing at all, but there was sort of a machiney taste to it for the first sort of day and a half of vaping. After that, the flavour has improved. Flavour's not outstanding, don't get me wrong, but it's not bad at all. For straight to lung vaping, the tank works fine, but because of the style of airflow that I showed you up close, there really isn't an option for a mouth to lung hit, really. There's no way of changing this airflow to get a mouth to lung hit, really. So negatives. Okay, so I mean, if you're used to higher power, if you're used to an Atlantis at 30 watts, or a Crown at 50 watts, or a Dripper at 60-70 watts, you know, this is going to feel like a big come down. If you're going from an Ego Twist to this, it might be quite pleasant. So it depends on where you are in your vaping journey as to how well you'll get on with this as a vape, actual vape quality. Another negative's got to be, you get the size factor, you get this tiny size factor. I mean, look at this compared to the Cigo T. You know, it's tiny. It is tiny. So to get this size factor, you do have to use smaller batteries. But as a result, obviously, it's worth bearing in mind the battery life isn't great. I don't even get a full tank before the battery needs charging. Positives, other positives, obviously that you can use it in 2 different modes. That's pretty cool. It's very sturdy, sits down nicely on the table and things, and all that sort of stuff. It seems really well built, really nice solid device. You know, there's no sort of like major like rattle to it. The one thing rattle wise is the clearomizer slightly wobbles in the actual cage. That's something to bear in mind. The fire button's quite nice actually. It's sort of got quite a nice click to it. And there is that. The look of it as well will just be completely, you know, each person will feel differently about the look. It's very sort of mechanical, very machiney look, you know, it's like, you know, chrome everywhere and what have you. So that is something to bear in mind. Other negatives worth pointing out is because it's not a widely known company, they're not widely sold. I don't know how easy it's going to be to get new clearomizer heads for this. So that's a factor, you know, that's something to bear in mind. What else? I mean, if I was to take this mod on and I really wanted to use this mod, what I would do is I would get something like a Fogger Mini, a reduced width RTA that I could coil to my exact specifications. I think this with a Fogger Mini on might be alright. It might be quite a decent vape, you know, depending on how you coiled it and how you like to vape. Positives, I really like how the battery goes in and you can just tighten up the screw, you know, so you're not going to have any trouble with any 18490s because you just adjust the screw to where you want it to be. I really like that it has protection. I really like that even though it's a mech, you can lock it. I think that's really good. I like the size of it. I think the size is cool. It's dinky. The only other small one I've got is sort of this one. You know, it's very comparable to that. Yeah, Kangside 25 watt. You know, so there's pluses and minuses with this mod. It's certainly not a world beater. I'm not raving about this. The vape is a little bit underpowered for what I would like. The battery life is a bit short for what I would like. But there are no glaring errors. There are no major problems with this. Other than in some places it's calling it an 18500 mod when it's an 18490. 18500s will not fit. So yeah, that's the Moyuan Blade mod. I've been Vick, and I'll see you again soon.